keep them out of the paint tonight?
They just played harder, played with more force. Turning corners, being aggressive, just every one of those categories that we need to do, they beat us in.
You talked about before when you guys beat OKC and stuff about the team that you can be and you need to be identity-wise. Why is it difficult to sustain that sometimes?
Truly don't know. Like, we can't have these peaks and valleys. Like, it's frustrating. A team, like, you give them credit. You don't disrespect your opponent, but it's a team that we're supposed to come in and supposed to handle business and do what we're supposed to do. But they beat us at 50-50 balls. They beat us downhill. They just play with more physicality and play with more energy, and that's the type of team that they are. But they are that. Like, we have spurts of that's what we can do. That's not necessarily who we are, and that's who we need to become. So can't get too low on this. You have to address it like we have in the past and turn it around. But when we do turn it around again, we have to hold that. We have to hold that. Whatever we turn it around, we can't just get up for OKC and come in for Brooklyn and just get pumped. So we have to look ourselves in the mirror.
I mean, Donte, you've been on really good teams, Golden State, Milwaukee, New York. Is there something that is different with this team where those valleys do seem to be a little bit lower, or is it just kind of slog of the season, or what do you notice?
We have it in us. Like I said, that team, who they are, you can't disrespect them, but what they are is a hard-playing team. If they don't play hard, you see, they get blown out. We have talent up and down the roster where we can come in and win some games just solely based off of talent and shot making. Well, if we have that and we're playing hard, their identity, this is a game where we're supposed to come in and handle business and 15, 20 points. Doesn't matter what the team is over there, it's who we are. So I think we have to do, some soul searching, and like I said, we can't. Seasons, we're still in 5th, 6th place. We're still right there. Like I said, we can't just, look at the season like it's a failure. But we have to address it of what it is, and we have to become, what we know we can. We can't rely on talent. We have to come in and, use our talent. But every night the energy has to be there. Every night the competitive spirit has to be there, and it can't be up and down in a night to night basis.
When it isn't going for you, as a team, are there specific areas of the game that seem to manifest that more than others?
Yeah, I mean, you notice it tonight. They beat us to 50-50 balls. They beat us, to rebounds. They beat us, to all the little plays. And, if our shots are going in, if we're making the easy play, I think, you see us in the fourth quarter when we start, turning up a little bit and we start making shots. That's when we start getting stops and steals. But we have to do that the entire game. We have to get the 50-50 balls. We have to make, the little plays because some nights a shot's just not going to fall. And like I said, we do it a lot of the time, but then the games that we don't, it's just so glaring because we don't do it at all. And I think that's the thing.
Do you feel like it hurt you guys that the shot making kind of covered up the warts in the first half to some degree?
Yeah, but they scored 60-something points in a half.
Right. But when you're winning by one, it's harder to get more.
It didn't even feel like we were winning.
Okay.
I honestly didn't feel like we were winning a half. They got too many points in the paint. They got too many free throws. All the little things that we should that we do pride ourselves on. It just wasn't there tonight. And like I said, I think those lows can't be super low. You're gonna have lows in the season. But you gotta manage them where you're still coming out there and competing every single night. And I think that compete level is super important for us because we have the guys that love to compete. We have the guys that have the talent. We just can't rely on the talent.
Very frequently, it is your starts that seem to be. I mean, you've been a great second half, particularly fourth quarter team. Some of that is the desperation you're kind of talking about. But how do you get the mindset to be there at the tip?
That's a good question. I mean, we're trying to figure it out. You're warming up to the game. We can't warm up to the game. But I said, teams like tonight, they come out with, they just play hard and come out and all over the place and we get hit in the mouth and we're like, all right, let's get back into the game. We have to hit, and we did it. We did it against OKC, but we can't rely on Finchie going crazy on the refs and getting kicked out for us to be riled up. He's fought for us. He spoke for us. We have to look ourselves in the mirror and get off to a better start with energy, not just making shots or stuff like that. We got to play defense and we got to play harder.
You mentioned having to do some soul searching as a team. When you go on a long road trip like the one that's about to be upcoming, can that help you guys in any way find that intensity or whatever it is that you're looking for?
Yeah, I mean, when you're away from home and you're just with each other, you're playing. Each game's gonna get harder. Chicago's playing some great basketball right now. You look at all the teams that we're about to play; they play hard, and that's what we're gonna be tested. And at the same time, this is the chance where we can, get away, be with each other, figure all this out, and play some really good teams, play some really good basketball. So when we come back off this road trip, I think it'll be a good, opportunity to sit back and look what we did on the road trip because some tough teams we're about to play.
Thank you, Don.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Appreciate it.